Welcome back to the Canadian Pharmacists Conference 2016. Day 3 here in Calgary was jam-packed with over 25 CE sessions where leading experts shared their knowledge and insights on some of the hottest issues in pharmacy. From biologics and opioids to working conditions, pharmacogenomics, and deprescribing, there was no shortage of topics for our delegates to debate and discuss throughout the day. Take a look.
Engagement is the key thing for me. I really want to see pharmacists actually going out and talking to these patients, help them through these issues. We know with biologics, especially the TNF-alphas, which is one of the key parts of our talk today, one of the things is about a third of the patients are not adherent to their therapy. They're not taking it appropriately. If pharmacists can help them, engage them in this process, help them manage their adverse effects, I think we're going to see a huge improvement in terms of what we can do in terms of patient outcomes and what we can do for our patients.
For me, it was really exciting information about the secondary entry biologics, that they're not a generic equivalent, and the really detailed reasons why. So it gives you a greater platform to have an informed conversation with the patient and with the physician.
So we've looked at a couple of different areas like diabetes and hypertension and cholesterol and cardiovascular risk. And basically what we've been able to show is that when a pharmacist takes the responsibility, they prescribe, they identify patients who have the condition and follow along with them according to the national guidelines, that people get better outcomes. So their diabetes control, blood sugar is better, their cholesterol is better, their blood pressure is better, and in our latest study, their overall cardiovascular risk is reduced.
Well, I was a part of doing the prescribing for these patients, and even though I saw there were benefits for my patients, it's good to see there was benefits overall because I hadn't really seen the results. And then to be able to pass it on to everybody, I feel proud.
Count in terms of risk of drug interaction, recommending how
The reason that we were interested in working on this topic was because of the risk of low blood sugar, particularly in the elderly, and the increased risk of falls that's associated with that. So our research team over the last several years has been developing rigorous evidence-based guidelines to help people make deprescribing decisions and then to actually take action on those decisions. And the anti-hyperglycemic deprescribing guideline is our most recent effort.
We're really excited. Right now we're identifying about 1.4 drug therapy problems per patient after they get a genomic test, which I think is high and exciting. But where I think the real value is I'm going to review some cases of real patients that came to the clinic, and I think we improved their outcomes after consulting with the pharmacist.
The best thing pharmacists can do, I think, is, other than not starting people on opioids when they can prescribe codeine, for example, or advise codeine, is making sure people realize, especially when they start an opioid, or in people who are on long-term high-dose opioids, that there are some important safety concerns. Mixing with CNS depressants is one of those things. Driving and opioids, I mean, we don't talk about this very often, but we've shown very clearly that being on opioids is a risk factor for motor vehicle collisions, and it's dose dependent. The more you're on, the higher the risk is.
The best part of all the sessions, but especially in this one, is learning new resources that we can access to better our knowledge and better treat our patients in the end.
Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow when we round out our CE sessions and hear from closing speaker Michelle Romanow.